Hi Jeff, I just thought I'd record this video then to show you how to edit these special offers. So, this is the special offers page on the website. I'll upload it as soon as Mark has made those changes. This is actually just running on my computer, but it'll work exactly the same on the website. So as you can see, it just looks like the mock-up that I sent you the other day. So we've just got 2 offers. Now, each offer has to have an image associated with it, and they will look better with images because it'll just dress it up a bit nicer. But if you haven't got an image like this one that down here, the cream panels, then it'll automatically insert this image for you. So I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So you know, so don't worry if you haven't got images because it will put that in for you. So that's how it looks. So to edit these then, you'll go to hygenic.co.uk, just a link in the email that I gave you before. So it's hygenic.co.uk. Ignore what's up here because that's just because it's running on my machine. So it'll be just hygenic.co.uk, your normal website, /blog/wp-admin. And just hit return when you type that in. It'll take you to the WordPress login page. And WordPress is obviously what we're using to power this thing. And like I say, that link is in that email. So if you log in using the details that I gave you, so it's Jeff and then the password that I gave you before, and then it takes you then into WordPress. And it's useful actually, I think. If you have WordPress in one sort of window and the website in another window, then you can see what you're editing. Because otherwise it might get a little bit confusing. So we'll have WordPress here and we'll have the website here. So if we come into special offers, I've created a special, these are called post types. And I've created a special one here called special offers. So you'll see here we've got the 2mm thick PVC sheet and the 9mm thick cream panels. So that's these 2. So if we wanted to add a new one, we'll just say add new. And then we'll just give it a title. So let's make up some gibberish. So I'll say cheap formula, if I can spell, Formula 1 parts. And then we need to give it some text. So I'll say, and keep the text short, and you can either use 1, 2 or 3 lines, but just keep it fairly short. I could have put in measures to sort of prevent you making these too long, because obviously if you make these too long, this is what goes here. Whatever you put in here will go in here. So, you know, I could have taken measures to prevent you making these too long, but, you know, because you're only adding like 1 or 2 every now and again, it's not really worth it. So, like I say, if you just keep them short and sweet like that, then you'll be fine. And you just want to be in, you might sometimes see this visual here, but you just want to be in text mode here. So if you just I'll just paste what we've got on there for now. And like I say, you want these just either on 1, 2 or 3 lines, and you want to keep, you don't want spaces like that, you just want them one line after another, if that makes sense. You know, so that would be wrong. You'd want it like that, just on 3 lines. So then we'll input a price. And you must keep the pound sign, so we'll call this one 99.90. Going to be cheap Formula 1 parts. And then the only other thing that we need to do is add an image. Now, like I say, if we don't add an image here and we just click publish, as soon as you click publish, by the way, it'll be on the website. So if you don't add an image, then it'll just automatically put this one in. But if you want to add your own image, then you can, and it's better if you do. So if we'll say set featured image. Now, you can just use one of these that's in the media library. We've only got 1 image because we've only had 1 special offer, but I'll upload a new one just to show you how to do that. So you say upload files, select file, and I've got an image here on my desktop that I want to use. So I'll just point it to that. So that's there. And I'll say open. And just for sort of search engines, it's useful to put a tag, an alt text in here. So you could just describe the image. So I'll just put Formula 1 cars. Obviously you'll put 2mm sheet in or whatever. You don't have to do that, but it's better if you do. And then I'll just say set featured image, and that's done that. And it'll automatically size and format everything for you. You don't have to worry about that. You know, you can put whatever you want on there and it'll automatically do it. Even one straight out of your camera. So you could, for example, like go into workshop and take a picture with your phone, you know, on your camera phone, and just email it to yourself and just use that if you want. You know, and it will look better, I think, if you do put proper images in. So once you've done all that and you're happy with it, you just say publish. And then if you just refresh the website now, you'll see that one's been added. So it's the middle one. So we've got cheap Formula 1 parts, we've got as Formula 1 pictures, we've got as prices that we added, and we've got as description. Now, the only thing left to show you how to do now is, say if you want them in different order, say if you wanted this cheap Formula 1 to be the top one. Because generally speaking, the new one that you've added, you probably want to be at the top because it's going to be most prominent. So if you go to this reorder panel here, and then you can just reorder them however you want. So you could maybe we'll put Formula 1 at the top, and we'll put 2mm at the bottom, and we'll have 9mm in the middle, and then we'll just say update. So that should now, when I refresh it, put the Formula 1 at the top. And it has done, look. So you've got Formula 1, you've got your 9mm at the bottom. So say if we wanted the 2mm to be in the middle, we'll just drag it up. And I'm just left clicking and dragging. And then say update. So now we should have that. Well, no, that is the order actually, isn't it? So we'll put the 2mm in the middle. And say update. And just reload it. See, so now you've got Formula 1, 2mm and 9mm sheet. So that's all there is to it really, mate. And if you want to edit one, you just go back to special offers on here. And then say if you wanted to edit this Formula 1 one, we'll just say edit. So, you know, we could make it, instead of June, we'll say August. And just type it in here like you would in Word, and we'll say 2017. And we'll say cheap Formula 1 car parts. And then we'll say update. And if you refresh over here, see how that's changed now. Car parts, August 2017. Say if we wanted to change the price, we'll make this 199 and say update. And then if we refresh it again over here, look, you've got 199 now. So it's really easy to work with, to be honest. And then if you want to delete one, you can just come in here and you can just say bin. And then if you refresh it here now, that car parts one will have gone. And just back to the two that we started with. And it puts them in like a trash, you know, like Windows does. So you can go into bin by clicking that, and then we can just say delete permanently, and then it's gone forever. So that's it. So that's really, really simple. You know, the only sort of gotcha, if you like, is to make sure that these descriptions don't get too long. Because like I say, otherwise they'll end up creeping into that price. I'll just show you what I mean by that. So if I edit this 2mm thick one, so I'll just say edit. Do you know what I mean? So say if I make that line, say for example, you know, like that long, say, and then say update, it's just going to run into that price now, and it'll just look rubbish. Well, no, actually, it doesn't look as bad as I actually thought it would. It has forced it onto 2 lines, so yeah, forget that then. You probably could use longer descriptions. I thought it might sort of run into that and look a bit scruffy, but it doesn't look too bad. But I'd still keep them fairly short if I were you. So I'll just remove that we've just put in there. So he just wants to say that, done it, and then say update again, and then reload. So we're back to how we started. So that's it, mate. So like I say, it's super, super easy. You can add them and remove them to your art's content. You can reorder them, don't forget. Yeah, so it's really easy to use. So you should be able to put, I think now you should be able to put special offers on a lot more frequently, you know, and like I say, if you do take a picture with your camera phone, I think that'll be a really good way of doing it, rather than just using these, because these are a bit rubbish, I think. They'd be far better just real life pictures. So as long as they're well lit, you know, maybe just drag them out into like, you know, to the opening where your doors are, just to get some natural light on them, and just take them that way. I think that'll work really, really fine. So once you finish your editing in WordPress, you just come up here and just say log out. Just one thing to add as well, if we did want to use this for a blog or to power any other part of the site, then we can do so. You know, if there's any other part of the site that you want to edit, then let me know and we can build in that sort of functionality. The only thing that is a little bit tricky are these news stories, because they use this sort of special formatting and they're just a bit tricky to do. I mean, we could probably do them, but any other part of it we should find really easy, like the case study. Well, no, they are the case studies actually, but you know, like say if you wanted like latest news and whatever else, but the formatting was in the actual page, you know, more like this, say for instance, or any of these pages really. So if there's anything else that you want to edit yourself, then let me know and we can just add it to WordPress. So, you know, so instead of special offers, we might have case studies or latest news, or, you know, we could add whatever we want. So just going back to that then, so if you want to log out, you just come up to here and then just say log out, and that's it. And then once you've logged out, then you can just go back to the website and you're back to the beginning. Okay, cheers Jeff, I hope that makes sense, mate. I've tried to make it as absolutely as easy as I can. I think you'll agree it's quite easy to edit that. Okay, cheers mate.